All right, now let's move on to Mizzou versus Florida. Mizzou is 8-2. Florida is 5-5. The spread is currently 12 in favor of the Missouri Tigers. This is a game played at Mizzou senior night, so that may add a little fuel for the Tigers and the seniors out there. Mizzou's currently running for 158 a game, passing for 284. Florida's currently running for 138 a game and passing for 279. So you compare those two stats. It doesn't look too different. That's 443 yards per game for the Tigers and 417 per game for the Gators. Now, despite the record, I thought Florida looked pretty good last week against LSU. I know the score doesn't reflect that, 52-35, but they just really couldn't stop Jaden Daniels, quarterback for LSU. He ran all over them, and that is going to be a problem this game. Not as much for Cook, but if they can't stop Schrader. But there was a call for Florida that was ruled complete, and they went ahead and looked at the replay and said it was incomplete. We didn't get to see that angle, whatever the refs were seeing, because it looked like a complete catch to me, or at least, call stands. Hard to overturn, but that is not what they called, and that led to them punting and LSU getting a touchdown on the other end. So that could change the game. I still think LSU wins that game, but it would have been a little closer there. It would have been a shootout possibly. But can they stop the run? The Gators are giving up 5 yards a carry, and we need to talk about Cody Schrader. Cody Schrader ran for over 200 over Tennessee with their 36-7 win and received for over 100. Now that Tennessee game was a 1.5 point spread, and Tennessee was the favorite there. But obviously that was way off. It seems like a lot of the spreads for the Missouri Tigers have been a little off. It doesn't seem like Vegas has dialed them in. With the 12-point spread here, I'd say maybe Vegas has dialed it in a little bit more. I still don't know about that number, and we'll see what it looks like a little bit later on in the week. We're at Monday here at the time of recording, so we still have some time. But Missouri has some weapons. They have Cook, who can run. He proved that against Tennessee to pick up clutch first downs when they needed it. Again, Schrader, walk-on. He played D2 ball, walked on at Mizzou, believed in himself, and it's paying off. It's paying dividends there. Burden, wide receiver for Mizzou, one of the best in the country. Don't have to say much about him. Super impressive guy. I do want to point out a secret weapon for Mizzou that I think they have in their back pocket. There is Theo Weiss. He's a great receiver. We're not going to forget about Mookie either, but Theo Weiss is who I think is the secret weapon here. If Mizzou is struggling at any point in this game, I wish they'd give him more touches. I think he's a great player, and I feel like he's kind of outshined by Burden. But last game, it was all Schrader, 40 touches. So if Florida cannot figure out how to give up less than 5 yards a carry, they're going to have some trouble with Schrader. That's for sure. Florida's searching for bowl eligibility. Next week they have Florida State, after Mizzou, they have Florida State. So they're looking for it here for sure because Florida State looks good. They would have really liked to get it over LSU, but that's in the past. That obviously did not happen. So they're going to come out to play. All the stats here say Mizzou. And I do think it's going to be Mizzou taking home the win here at Farot Field. 12-point spread. I do think Mizzou will cover that spread. If Florida can find a way to stop Schrader, then I don't think they'll cover the spread. But I do think that Schrader's just going to rip through Florida. And I think this is going to be a 2-possession game in favor of the Missouri Tigers. And yeah, Florida's really going to need to step it up if they want to win at Farot Field on senior night to get bowl eligibility, because Florida State's going to be a tough one, even though it is at home for the Gators. But yeah, I'm taking Mizzou here and to cover the spread.